So my question to you is, and you kind of touched on this, a lot has changed since Hamilton was first introduced to the world in 2015. How, in your opinion, does this iteration of Hamilton speak to our contemporary America in 2023?
Well, I haven't changed a word of it. So you're going to tell me how it hits different because that's kind of the amazing thing about theater. Um, you know, I think about, I mean, listen, I think about how the fights and contradictions from the flawed men and women that built this country still echo with us today. I think about the fact that our main character dies as a result of gun violence, which is an original sin and stain that still haunts us every day. Those cabinet battles were so fun to write because they are both about specifically what they're about, whether we pass a debt plan or not, whether we help the French Revolution or not. But the fight under that fight is, when are we 50 states and when are we one country? When do we come to the aid of other countries in their times of conflict? And when do we say we have to worry about our own stuff at home? That's what those cabinet battles are about. The specifics have changed and vary, but our fights are our fights. And so things will just hit differently depending on where we are in the moment.
And speaking of which, over the 8 years that this musical has been around, what has shocked or surprised you about it since its original introduction?
I think it shocks me every day. I get whether it is a parent who writes me a letter that their kid was having speech delays, but the sheer verbiage of Hamilton made them want to memorize that soundtrack, and it helped them through a tough spot. Or I hear from families who have lost a child, and the song "It's Quiet Uptown" was a song that spoke to that moment of grief for them. Or it's kids dressing up as King George for Halloween, or getting called into a parent-teacher conference because they told the class, "I will kill your friends and family and remind you of my love." There's different ways that it continually kind of teaches me. And I never thought we'd still be even talking about it 8 years later.